That goes back to, something we've talked about before, which is I have this one standing excuse. Anytime I catch myself making an excuse for missing a deadline or not producing or not performing or whatever it is, whatever obligation that I have placed upon myself, made an obligation to someone else, this will be done by the X date. I invariably, if I miss, there is a backstory, right? Because there literally is a backstory. Right? There's always a backstory. There's a backstory to how I, got here today from going to the grocery store, right? If I'm 15 minutes late for dinner, well, here's the story. But the fact of the matter is the story does not matter. Either you are on time or you are not. Either you produce or you don't. Either you perform or you don't. And the backstory doesn't matter. And so I have this little rule of thumb wherein I will talk about the fact that I have lint on my socks. I will replace whatever the backstory is, missed the plane or the attorney's called or this happened or that, whatever it was, right? And I will just, when I feel myself going into story mode to explain to somebody why something did not happen the way I promised it would, I will just stop myself cold, look down and say, I've got lint on my socks, right? And my friends and clients, people that I've worked with for years, they know exactly what that means. That means there is a great big convoluted, complicated, one in a million backstory that is not all that interesting, that is not all that fascinating, and I'm not going to bore you with it. At the end of the day, we dropped the ball. And so now we're going to pick the ball up and try to move it down the field. And so the story gets replaced with lint on my socks. And I think lint on my socks can replace absolutely any excuse in the world. You just say, the thing about an excuse is the excuse only has to be good enough for you, right? That person that you have committed yourself to, that you said, hey, I'm going to have the report done, or I'm going to have this, built, or I'm going to have that sold, or whatever it is, right? That person who has been left in the lurch, has been left hanging because you did not live up to the commitment that you made, does not care what your backstory is. It's just not even relevant. And so it may as well be lint on your socks.